Hello and welcome to another Supreme Commander cast. I know I haven't been around for a while because I have been on holiday at gallivanting all around Europe and it has been great, but it is also good to be back casting some Supreme Commander players, and yeah, it'll be great. We've got two pretty skilled players here. We've got Turn in Turambar. I haven't cast either of these players before. Up in the bottom left hand corner, he is ranked about 8th on the ladder against BlastVsTurnin. Although there's a large skill rating difference between the two players, BlastVsTurnin is ranked about 35, so we've got a 35 ranked player versus an 8 ranked player. These numbers I don't think reveal too much information in regarding that, but so these players are actually quite competitively matched. With Turin, he's going to be Turin for now with a slight advantage. Okay, so build order, we've got one energy power generator going into a hydrocarbon, which is pretty fine. It's always interesting when players go a different build order. It's always someone's either not paying attention, or the method changed, or the numbers have changed. One of these guys just has a better build order, and I don't know who it is. I've got a sneaking suspicion it's probably this guy, because I like rushing the hydrocarbon first, and he's bearing player, so probably, but you never can tell. Oh, we might be able to tell. So yes, it's great to be back. Yeah, it's been unfortunate that I haven't been able to upload a replay in such a long time, but I am very excited to be back here and back on Desert Planet 2, which is just a fun map. It's very demanding to play on. I don't like playing on it, it's just too demanding, but it has a tendency to produce some very good competitive matches between top tier players. There's a lot of what to do up here, what to do down here, and also balancing airplay, which is very effective on this map. And you have to move your commander in one place, and where your commander isn't, you're weak, and vice versa. And you've got a lot of room for good commander upgrades, whether or not it's the guns or the engineering, and everything just seems to work on this map. And I like it. I wonder if it's got 3 mexes here instead of starting 4. Changes some of what's going on here, but it's I like it. We've got Air Factory second, which is totes standard. We've got a Scout Government first, not opting for a bomber first, which was the meta for such a long time. It's is this a bomber? I'm pretty sure that's a bomber. In the bottom left, that's a bomber, right? Yeah, it's a bomber. So we'll see if this pays dividends. It probably won't, because we should be getting Interceptor out here already, and it should be scouted, maybe. Also, there's a nice raiding party going up here, and I like what Blast has done. He's got his engineer, he's got a striker to protect the engineer against the raiding party, but okay, he sees something there, hopefully. The raiding party is... The striker should be able to defend against that. It depends a lot who is there. It's a micro. With the bomber coming in, it's found, it's located. The interceptor needs to move. He doesn't want to lose the engineer to the bomber. It looks like he will, unless there's some elite level micro from this engineer. Ah, there he goes. He does the juke. He lives. That's fantastic. Now the interceptor's got the bomber. So yeah, it's for such a long time the bomber was first was such the meta, but it seems that players have adapted, or maybe there were a few changes in... I know there's a lot about bomber hovering and how to get all that done right, and honestly I don't even know how any of that works. I just like to kill the things with interceptors, and that works for me. Much like what happened here. I really like the micro there, that was great to see. The engineer survived. Did he survive? Why is this not finished? Why? Was that... No, that's not an engineer. I'm pretty sure there's only one engineer, and I'm pretty sure that was him there. That's unfortunate. He just needs to do a little bit there. Okay, so the commanders have gone into their respective spots doing their building economy thing, which is good. Turn has yeah, his name got even shorter. Turin. Let's go with Turin. Turin has a slight economically, just getting there a little bit quicker. Oh, it hurts me to see something like that happen. Ooh, okay. So who's gonna... Oh, this is a fairly decisive victory in the air for Blast. Yeah, kill it. Good job. And some nice wrecks on the ground, which is great. Maybe they'll be reclaimed, maybe they won't. We've got some nice raid coming down here, which might do some work. The commander is there, so it might not get that much work done. Maybe if we better send these guys up here to try and raid where the commander isn't. He probably knows the commander is there, and he's not going to be able to get all that much work done against these guys. That's probably not going to be a very effective trade. I want to see these mexes up, but otherwise both players are gambiting for control of the map. Air control is with blue, although turn isn't going to allow that to go unchallenged. This raiding party is trying to... not quite sure what these guys can accomplish. The commander's moving up. Okay, we've got these messes coming up soon. And yeah, although Turin has this place pretty much locked down, he's a bit slower in the lesser expansion than Blast is over here, and Blast actually has a lead in economy, although it's incredibly marginal, but these things can cascade. And we've got another raiding party up here going into this commander here, which... okay, so these guys are running away from the commander, which is nice, but what are they going to do? They're just going to run into these mantises, and I guess he's consuming micro from turn, which I guess is always good. But you kind of want economic trades. You want to do some actual damage, which these strikers just didn't, which is a bit unfortunate. But you know, you gotta try, right? You gotta be in it to win it, and you got to do the harass. And these guys have a much better chance to do some damage because there's no commander up here, but they're outnumbered by the mantises. So all of these raids between all the players are being largely ineffectual. These guys might have a chance to do some work. There's nothing really up here to stop these guys. They're nicely avoiding the commander, but are they going to find the target? Okay, we've got Nexus being upgraded, which is nice. Both players are about the same level of max upgrade. What's going on here? Is this a... that's a lot of assists on the air factory. So Turin is really not going to... ooh! That's a large disproportionate investment in air for Turin. Choosing to value the air play over the ground play, which is probably a... well, it's a fair choice. One nice thing about being on the defensive in the ground war is, see how all these blue mass bundle presents are coming to his commander as gifts of mass reclaim. So if the fighting is happening over here and he holds them off, which he will because his commander is here, then he gets all the reclaim. So that's it's quite nice being on the defensive in this game, as long as you don't surrender too much of the map to your enemy in terms of map control and mass extractors, because yummy reclaim. I guess the same thing can be said for air combat as well, because aeroplanes also leave wrecks. I can't imagine he's going to stick on tier 1 for long. He surely, with this amount of investment, you expect him to want to start going into T2 air. For all the raiding, he's killed a mechs. Okay, so for all that raiding, he managed to take down 1 mechs, and well, it's not all about just taking down the 1 mechs. It's consuming Turin's APMs, his time, his resources. He killed some mantises, I suppose, but this is what, yeah, he's kind of juked around the commander coming into the main base, which is nice, forcing the PD out, which is, or trying to force a PD out. It's not going to happen. Okay, so now some damage is being dealt, although it's not enough. Some more raiding up here. We're on the T1 stage. I think it's probably about time we see the players move on to T2. The income is still very close, identical at this particular instant, which is great to see. This just means we're in for a good game. To see the players so closely matched at the 10-minute mark, this says all the promise for a great game to ensue. And I just cold download these replays from the vault, kind of look at the players, I kind of look at the length of the game, and yeah, this game length was sizable and highly ranked players, so I think we're in for a show. Still, we're on T1 from both players for longer than I would expect. We're going into T2, which is good. First going for the T2 PJ, which is great. We're getting some energy storage down. This allows for the overcharge on the commanders, and again pillars. And yeah, okay, both going to T2 at almost exactly the same time. Turn just a little bit behind. He pumped out a ton of interceptors really quickly. I thought he was probably going to look for some kind of airplay. He's got... I don't think he does have the advantage. The airplay is looking incredibly equal. The ground forces are looking incredibly equal. Don't run into the commander. It's just a bad choice. Kill the engineer. That's nice, but don't give close to the commander needlessly. It's just a... no, this is... I don't like this at all. You're gonna take some hit points of the commander. You're not gonna kill it. You're gonna lose the strikers. You're gonna get the mass. It's no. This is a little bit better. Red has outnumbered here. It's gonna take down a few mexes. Some engineers are probably in serious jeopardy down there. And Blast is telling us that he is upgrading to T2 in his commander, which is nice to know. It's always nice in a place like that. It really helps the casting a little bit out. Okay, turn charge and straight past the reclaim into the strikers, which I think is fine. Trying to get some kills, get some vet. We've got a T2 max, not max, land factory up here to get a pillar that will handily deal with these guys. Do we have some pillars up here? We do. They're lurking in the base, looking for some action to get into, no doubt. And turn a little bit ahead in the economy, because Blast has lost these mexes up here, but I'm sure he'll rebuild them really soon. Come on, pillar, do some work. Get in there. Well, I suppose all the mexes are dead, so there's no sense of urgency. Okay, so Blast is making sure he sees what his enemy is up to, which is exactly what you want to be doing. Both the players are just kind of revealing T1 units. So at this point, there's not... You're kind of expecting your enemy to do something, and you know you're not seeing all the economy that the other player is investing, so you don't quite know where the resources are going, and you don't want to be surprised like, oh, he put all his resources into this stuff, which is now going to screw me over and kill me. So you always want to be scouting. I don't quite know how much scouting Turin has done. He's vaguely aware, but it doesn't take too much to send a scout over, and this is what I really like from Blast. He's making sure he sends scouts over into the enemy base to make sure he's not surprised by anything. You get an idea of how many mexes upgraded to T2 or whatnot, and he can probably notice that he's probably a little bit behind in the upgrades, but overall the economies are incredibly equal. Okay, so still Blast is putting the pressure on in raiding. He's got some T2 here, which is good, so this gives him a good advantage over these units up here. He's going to take the mechs down, which is also nice. The commander is too far north to do something about this at the moment. And what's also nice is he's forcing these units to come down here, but now they're running in the opposite direction, completely contradicting what I just said, which is annoying. But I'll deal. How well do pillars do against this many mantises? That pillar, will you get that soon? If you do, you might. No, it doesn't get that. T1 bomber coming through, and it's also some nice preparatory T2 skyboxer to make sure he is prepared from any T2 airplay, which isn't coming. But now Turin has gone to T3 land, completely decided to skip T2, which is totally viable and good. But he is now on T3 land and Blast isn't, and that is going to be a problem. Yeah, completely skipping T2, and what that basically means is that Blast isn't getting the return investment on the T2 that he needed to do to justify it. He's been going to be countered by the T3 loyalists, and that's not good. He didn't. Yeah, he needed to get more value from his T2 land units. He didn't put enough pressure on to force response from his opponent, and his opponent just decided like, yeah, I'm not scared by your pillars. I'm going straight to loyalists, and he's getting some. Oh, it'd be nice if he can destroy that T2 mechs, and I hope he does. But he might not. He might. But he's actually slightly ahead in the economy at this particular instant. What would also be very effective here is to see some a T2 missile launcher. It's definitely the game where the cost is viable. No player has any kind of TMD, and they both probably know that from all the scouting that they've done for the A units. So TML here would be super effective for maybe a few hits. And I think this guy has the engineer upgrade, so he could easily put down a T2 TML here, and that would be great. These are a lot of Turnin servers. I can't about 30 overbuilt. Yeah, this is a lot. And at this point in the game, it probably won't be too difficult to just go T3 air and win air superiority that way, completely nullify. Actually, I have seen T1 interceptors do quite well against T3 interceptors, so I shouldn't speak too quickly in that regard. Okay, so Blast has also gone T3 land, which you need to. You're not going to trade effectively with Loyalists with Pillars, so he needs the Percivals, and Percivals are amazing. They are such a good unit. I like them so much. They're great. If you have enough of them, you can easily handle a Monkey Lord, no problem. And they've got the nice range. They're a little bit slow, but if you have a good group of them, you can really kite because it's got the range and they're tough and they hit hard. And I just want to give them hugs. And the nice big gun that they have. Hugs with a big gun. I don't know where my brain goes sometimes, but it's probably not a safe place to be going. Percy the Percival. What else is happening as we wait for the inevitable clash? Blast doesn't really have a reply. This is forlorn hope upgraded. This one Percival is probably being a bit too bold, I dare say. He has been too bold going up against 7 Loyalists. Ooh, that took off like nearly more than half of that guy's hit points. And a miss, so even Percy the Percival is not doing particularly well here. I think he needs to definitely wait for his friend. But these Loyalists are running roughshod over the expansion here. We've seen a nice counter rate here, which is good because he knows, Blast knows, that these guys are going to be completely ineffectual against these Percivals, so he's just be like, I'm going to run away and hit something that I can hurt you at, and that is economy, and that's great to see. Yeah. You're okay, that's not great. So there's one less Loyalist than he started with. You really need more Percivals. He's trying. Oh, and there's so many more. Okay, so even though the economies are, well, they're a little bit more in favor in Turin because he completely trashed up here, but that's very recent. But up until this point, the economies are really quite equal. But Turin has all of his resources, or most of them, into these Loyalists. And where did Blast's resources go? Largely into, but these aren't that expensive, so I'm not entirely sure where all of his economy went into. But even though they're so closely neck and neck, okay, these Loyalists are done. They're not going to survive this match. If the Percival's hit regularly. Oh my goodness, that's like 3 out of 4 misses. I didn't know they were so unreliable in hitting, and now they're hitting mountains. And did you miss 2, or are you not in range? You're not gonna kill that? No, please. There we go. Okay. So I wish I knew how expensive Loyalists were compared to Percivals. I'm pretty sure they're cheaper, but I really don't have an idea of how much cheaper they are. Okay, so it looks like through the ether, Blast has heard my comments of how vulnerable the players were to TML, and he's got a TMD up here, which is good. Turin does not, although Loyalists have this nice thing where they tactical missile deflection, that's what it's called. So even though he doesn't have dedicated TMDs, if a TML is launched, he might just get lucky and deflect it that way. Okay, this is great. Okay, yeah, he's just saving time by transporting engineers into the space, so he can get the economy back up and running. And if he can get these mexes built up very quickly, he will be back on the economic advantage or economic parity with his opponent. And there's some nice wrecks here that he can reclaim. I would like him to be doing that, but he's probably much more concerned about what's happening over here. Airlifting Percival's for the same reason, just gets them there quicker. He's got a nice mass of Percivals, and this is great because when you got like a clump of Percivals, then you can really start trading effectively. And if these Percivals were all, oh, this is going to be interesting. If these armies were together, my money would be totally on the Percivals, but because they're split up, the Loyalists can probably deal with this lot before do that lot, or vice versa. So it's a nice choke point. So miss, hit. Okay, so there's still lots of missing from the Percivals, which sucks, but okay, I think get in there, stop being cowardly. There's a lot of jerking from Turn. He knows this game. He knows what's going on. So there's a lot of dodging. I don't like that these guys were so far behind. This could have definitely been microed better. But I don't think this is a complete disaster for Blast. I think he might win. I think he'll win this, but not as well as I think he could have. He's starting to get things sorted up over here, although I would. Okay, now there's a lot of reclaim here in Blast's neck of the woods. Turn has starting to creep ahead in the economy. I think that's largely because the mass extractors in his far-flung places have been upgraded to T2 more effectively. He's investing quite a lot in the Tier 1 air, and he's just trying to pump out loaders as fast as he can. There's no monkey load coming yet. I like the fact that there's a nice dedicated regular scout that comes from Blast, continuously keeping an eye on his opponent. That's really great to see. That's despite everything that's going on, he's making sure he's scouting the base, and I think at this point these are gifts of mass for these Percivals, although there are only two, but there's a lot of other little guys. And don't underestimate, that's a George Bush, isn't it? Don't underestimate the value of having T1 guys. It's particularly for the Cybran, because they might draw a shot from a Percival, and the Percival shoots at your Mantis or a Hunter, then it ain't shooting at your Loyalist, and that's good. So because Percivals have such a long reload time that they can waste shots on an ineffective target if you have that. Okay, oh, what is happening here? I would move these guys back to try and take these on, but instead he's going to get sandwiched between these two. I don't like this at all. Oh, that's not good. So the value of a T2 engineering suite on your commander is able to defend your base by quickly throwing down some triads. What is happening here? So oh jeez, I don't even know who's going to win this. So yeah, okay, so the T1 not going to do much damage, but they are going to draw fire. So if Turn is trying to juke his Loyalists, he dodge the Percival shots, and he can't focus fire on the Percivals, so they're going to waste shots on the T1 units, allowing the Percivals to get some nice kiting going on over here. Taking the Loyalists down. Okay, that's an optimistic PD trying to do some work up over here. I would like him to see charge the T1 into the Royalists, but this is not a nice place to be doing a fight. Okay, oh my goodness, this is, oh wow, how do you even get them in that kind of formation? Many interceptors do not fly in a formation like that. But that's a lot of interceptors, but some T2 flag, just one or two, will just wreck that to shreds. So I don't know if, I guess most players are figuring that they just need more and more and more resources into T3 siege bots or bots, and I don't think they're wrong. Yeah, nice, doing lots of raiding with Loyalists, always just running around the map. Yeah, causing trouble. Oh, that's a lot of interceptors. Both players have built up these huge tier 1 interceptor forces, but aren't using them for anything. They're just like, if you try anything with your air, there will be trouble, and there will be if any player tries to do anything with the air. But we've got some gunships coming out, so that will be a counter for the Percivals, assuming he can maintain air cover, which I don't think is a given at all. Nice, that was nice. Just kill them, and yeah, gifts of mass, as I say. there's a lot of mass here that these engineers can reclaim. So always important to control the battlefield. Some mantises trying to be really cheeky. Okay, this is going to cause trouble because these gunships are going to cause these interceptors to come in and say hi, and then these interceptors are going to do something to those interceptors, and we're going to see a fight, I'm sure. But yeah, okay, keep the interceptors calm. You just need 1 or 2 flaks and corsairs. Why go for gunships and corsairs? That seems... Are these bait just to cause a fight with the interceptors? I think... Okay, I don't know why he sends in so few interceptors. Maybe he just wants to kill the gunships, knowing... Oh, how is he gonna respond? I think the correct response here is definitely some T2 flak, just because they have so many interceptors. He's just feeding in a few interceptors just to kill 1 or 2 gunships on the pass, not committing to a large interceptor battle. I think he thinks he can't win one. But now, there are some... This is a mess. This is just carnage and chaos. But you know, just because it's a low rated player, I'm totally cheering for Blast, and this is just manna from heaven. This is mass raining from the sky. Just yes, get some skyboxes out. I like that. And as soon as the skyboxer came out, the interceptors left, but not before Blast lost all his interceptors. But what is Turin? I hope that's a reclaim advantage of 159. I hope that's not his base income, because if that is his base income, yeah, Blast is in big trouble. He's got T3 mexes, and yeah, I think this is the part of the game where Turin, economy-wise, has just pulled ahead of Blast, and this is trouble. Yeah, if he loses his priority, his gunships are just gonna massacre the Percivals, and he's going to... I hate to say it, but I don't see how Blast is gonna come away from this. His economy is just falling too far behind. I'm just gonna sip my tea while we observe the... Oh my god, oh. Yeah, this is what I was thinking all along. There's a few, yeah, skyboxes, and everything just dies. That's 21 kills. That's 63 kills on the skyboxer. Hero 44, and and they're even commenting on that. But yes, that was an inevitable outcome. There were just too many interceptors, they were too clumped up. So Blast has turned that away, but I think it's too far behind. I don't see how he's going to come away from this. Yeah, sip of tea. It is tea time for me. Okay, so it's important for this point for Blast to realize how far he is behind and to try something imaginative. I wonder if this T3 engineer is going to be part of that imaginative solution for a victory. I don't know what it can build. Wait. I was just about what's happened to Turin's economy all of a sudden? Why is it just shrunk? Blast is not nearly as far behind us. What happened? Was he reclaiming for so long? Yeah, okay, a few skyboxes and Percivals, and it appears to... What is he reclaiming things, or... It must just be reclaim. And I like to see what Turin's actually doing here. He's like, yeah, we fought here. I'm gonna bring my engineers. I'm gonna reclaim the stuff. This is gonna be mine now. But okay, Blast has managed to get enough skyboxes, I think, with his Percivals, so the airplay from Turin is effectively muted. Yeah, okay. Again, the Soul Ripper started. That is fine. It's definitely that part of the game where we start expecting experimentals. Skyboxes are not going to do well against Soul Ripper. I think he probably needs interceptors, ASFs, to deal with that. Yeah, he has to scout it. He's been super diligent about scouting the whole game through, so let's hope he sees it while he still has time to maybe do something about it. Why is Turin's economy up and down so much? I can't think it has just reclaim. It's was he being energied a lot? But I really hope Blast sees the Soul Ripper, but I don't think he's going to see it. And I think that's going to end the game. I think that is how this plays out. And to that end, I'm going to speed it up ever so slightly. I'll slow it down if something interesting happens, but I think this wins the game for Turin, because I don't think Blast is going to see it. I think he's still preoccupied in the Percival Skyboxer play, thinking that is where this game is going, and I think he's just going to be a little bit behind the curve to... Oh, we've got bricks coming out. So that's a nice mix-up. Got... Yeah. Blast needs to see that Soul Ripper. This is rapidly reaching the point where even if he scouts it now, it'll be too late to even do something about it. Because if Turin is on his game, and he appears to be, when that Soul Ripper comes out, he should mass produce an ASF to protect it. And he is already on the ball on getting the ASFs to start coming out as soon as the Soul Ripper comes out. And is that... Why are you building T1 bombers from your T3 factory? That was a bit strange. Okay, he's got the T3 scout plane, which, if he shows us, will reveal he has T3 air. So I'm hoping he's going to keep that hidden for a while. You never want to know your opponent you're on T3 air until, you know, you can use it. You don't want to warn him, like, hey, you know, build some stuff to defend yourself. Yeah, some nice skyboxer action. I wonder if these are the same skyboxes, and I really hope they were. No. Okay, completely new set. So I don't know if our hero skyboxes are still alive. They probably are not. We've got a Sam. It will not be enough against a Soul Ripper. He sees it, and just as he sees it just as... Oh no. Okay, so now you need to pretty much stop everything and start building ASFs. Everything. This will ruin you. You need all the ASFs that you can possibly get, and yeah, all engineers on. Oh, I don't think he can overreact to the Soul Ripper. I don't know if there is anything he can do to survive. It'd be interesting to see where the Soul Ripper goes. He's going to go for... The commander is out in the open. That's a bit of a strange choice. I would have definitely wanted to have seen him under shield next to other ground fire. Okay, so the Soul Ripper's taking some damage. No, you're dead. That's not enough. Try and dodge and weave, but... Okay, so the Soul Ripper won the game, and that is okay. As a recap of the game, again, we had two players who were very competitively matched in resources pretty much the whole game through, and the 10-minute mark they were still very competitively matched. We had some nice T1 play. I kind of feel that both players were on T1 for maybe a bit too long. Blast tried to do the conventional T2 land play. He didn't push enough with the advantage of a T2 and your opponent does not, allowing his opponent to go straight to T through land. And we had quite a long phase of Loyalists versus Percivals, and that went on for a while. Blast always been a little bit behind. People have been reacting to what Turin is doing, and then Turin tried to do the T2 airplay to try and harass the Percivals because the Loyalists weren't trading well, which is good. That happened for a while. We had an awesome encounter where 3 skyboxes completely killed all of his interceptors, and that was amazing to see. But at the end of the day, it was the move to the Soul Ripper that just won the game. Blast didn't see it in time and wasn't able to react in time to that. Yeah, I don't think there were any major mistakes from each player. I think there was a long window of opportunity for either player to go for a TML. That was definitely a possibility to have seen. Trying to think of other things to say. I think maybe 3 Sims was a little bit unnecessary. As I say, against, yeah, because Sims aren't going to kill a Soul Rip, or they shouldn't, right? They just kind of like to ward of like, hey, don't fight here. So yeah, definitely needed to. Although Blast did scout pretty well for the most of the game, he just missed that Soul Ripper too late. Okay, so thank you for joining me again. I hope to be continuing to cast regularly, and I hope to see you guys next time.